The content of your character is your choice. Day by day, what you choose, what you think, and what you do is who you become. To get everything you want is not a good thing. Disease makes health seem sweet. Hunger leads to the appreciation of being full-fed. Tiredness creates the enjoyment of resting. All things flow, nothing abides. You cannot step into the same river twice, for the waters are continually flowing on. Nothing is permanent except change. Whosoever wishes to know about the world must learn about it in its particular details. Knowledge is not intelligence. In searching for the truth, be ready for the unexpected. Change alone is unchanging. The same road goes both up and down. The beginning of a circle is also its end. Not I, but the world says it, all is one. And yet everything comes in season. Those who approach life like a child playing a game, moving and pushing pieces, possess the power of kings. If you do not hope, you will not win that which is not hoped for, since it is unattainable and inaccessible. The most beautiful ape is ugly when compared to a human. The wisest human will seem like an ape when compared to a god with respect to wisdom, beauty, and everything else. The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. Think only on those things that are in line with your principles and can bear the light of day. We have to be faster in calming down a resentment than putting out a fire, because the consequences of the first are infinitely more dangerous than the results of the last. Fire ends burning down some houses at the most, while the resentment can cause cruel wars, with the ruin and total destruction of nations. To do the same thing over and over again is not only boredom, it is to be controlled by rather than to control what you do. Doctors cut, burn, and torture the sick, and then demand of them an undeserved fee for such services. I see nothing but becoming. Be not deceived. It is the fault of your limited outlook and not the fault of the essence of things if you believe that you see firm land anywhere in the ocean of becoming and passing. You need names for things, just as if they had a rigid permanence, but the very river in which you bathe a second time is no longer the same one which you entered before. What sense or thought do they have? They follow the popular singers, and they take the crowd as their teacher. All things are in flux. The flux is subject to a unifying measure or rational principle. This principle, logos, the hidden harmony behind all change, bound opposites together in a unified tension, which is like that of a lyre, where a stable harmonious sound emerges from the tension of the opposing forces that arise from the bow bound together by the string. The best of men choose one thing in preference to all else, immortal glory in preference to mortal good, whereas the masses simply glut themselves like cattle. Of the logos, which is as I describe it, men always prove to be uncomprehending, both before they have heard it and when once they have heard it. For although all things happen according to this logos, they, men, are like people of no experience, even when they experience such words and deeds as I explain, when I distinguish each thing according to its constitution and declare how it is. But the rest of men fail to notice what they do after they wake up, just as they forget what they do when asleep. When men dream, each has his own world. When they are awake, they have a common world. Even what those with the greatest reputation or knowing it all claim to understand and defend are but opinions. To God everything is beautiful, good, and just. Humans, however, think some things are unjust and others just. The majority of people have no understanding of the things with which they daily meet, nor, when instructed, do they have any right knowledge of them, although to themselves they seem to have. There is a stability in the universe because of the orderly and balanced process of change, the same measure coming out as going in, as if reality were a huge fire that inhaled and exhaled equal amounts. The world, an entity out of everything, was created by none of the gods or men, but was, is and will be eternally living fire, regularly becoming ignited and regularly becoming extinguished. The Sibyl, with frenzied mouth uttering things not to be laughed at, unadorned and unperfumed, yet reaches to 1,000 years with her voice by aid of the God. To God all things are beautiful, good, and right. Human beings, on the other hand, deem some things right and others wrong. It would not be better if things happened to people just as they wish. This universe, which is the same for all, has not been made by any god or man, but it always has been, is, and will be an ever-living fire, kindling itself by regular measures and going out by regular measures.